and talk about stocks for a minute. If you've been following my page, one of the things that I enjoy talking about are stocks, but unfortunately it's one of my least viewed videos. I know most people don't like to hear about money situations on what you can do with your money outside of trying to look flashy, having the newest cars, the newest clothes and stuff like that. So I know that it won't get many views, but for those that do check it out, like I said, I had several people from the views that I do get from it. They've reached out to me in the DM or even in public and told me, I appreciate you for telling me about that, because now I got me a Robinhood account and I'm working on making stocks and trying to build generational wealth for my family. Because like I said, 9 out of 10, when we grew up and the environment that we came up, I'm speaking of me, we wasn't taught about stocks. The only thing we knew about was going to school. Once you get out of school, get you a job, and pretty much work till you die. That's what it was. That was the American dream at one point. But the stock market is for every single person on this earth. If you want to, instead of getting deep into student loans when you decide to go off to college, if you're saving up or you got stocks, you can let your stocks pay for your student loans by buying stocks weekly, buying them monthly, and letting them add up. So about time you get to that point you're done with college, boom, you got this much money, I can sell these stocks, go ahead and cash her out, so I'm not stuck paying student loans for the next 10, 20 years of my life. Stocks can buy you a brand new house, it can buy you a car. It just all depends on what stocks you are invested in and how you use your money. What will you do with your money? At some point, like I said, I know it's okay to go out to eat, wine and dine and film and stuff, but when at some point you're not going to be able to work, do you want to have to be going into these buildings working until you're 65 or 70, whatever the limit is now, to get your Social Security and sit in a rocking chair till you die? The choice is up to you. But before I go any further, I am not a financial advisor. All I can say is do your research on stocks, and I believe this is the way that you can bring in extra income and set yourself up for generational wealth that you can pass down to your kids, and they can pass it down to their kids, but more importantly, you put everybody in a better situation financially. One of the biggest things that people stress over is having money. With the economy the way it is right now, a lot of people are working double shifts. They're losing their jobs. It's a crazy time right now. So I just want to tell y'all, these are the stocks I've been invested in. Maybe you should look into them, but these are stocks I've done my research on, and these are stocks I will be having for the next 5 to 10 years. And I know I'm gonna make big money off of it, but even with that said, I'll continue building this money up until the day I die, so I can pass this on to my kids and my family. So I know a lot of people, one of the things I was listening to, salute to John Hope Bryan, he was talking about a cryptocurrency on his podcast earlier this week, and he was saying how most Black Americans are more invested in crypto. And to me, what I got from that was I can see why, because crypto is so cheap. It's not like you're losing any money. So with it being so cheap, it's like, oh, I'll throw $100 in there. But then when they see the actual stocks like Apple, Amazon, Bank of America, Wells Fargo that I have, then they like, damn, you paying $200 for an Apple stock? Nah, I can't do that. That's a pair of shoes, or that's a night out at the club and shit. That's how some people think. But I just want to let y'all know what the stock market is looking like right now, what the prices are. If you have any questions about stocks, I will give you all the information I know. This is for free 99. I'm not selling nothing to nobody. I just want everybody to get put in a better financial situation while I'm doing the same thing, putting myself in a better financial situation. Another thing I heard over the week, and I was looking into, was they said that as far as Black Americans, 9% of Black Americans earn 100K per year. If you are making under 100K, what is the reason why you're making under 100K a year? Mine, I don't make 100K yet. I got a 9 to 5. I'm a military vet. That's where all my money comes from. But it's not 10K a month or 9K a month. That's not what I'm making right now. It's not 100K a year. But in the next couple of years, I will be there. And once I get past that 100K mark, it's only up and away. So going into cryptocurrency, since this seems to be what most people go for, if I were to give you any advice on cryptocurrency, the main two I would say is Dogecoin and XRP. Shiba coin, I don't really do too much with that. I just let that sit there just in case you want to go up a little change. But Dogecoin, at one point when I first bought it, it was like at 13 cents, and a couple of years ago it shot up to 71 cents. So I was able to make a lot of money off that, and I barely put any money in there. So that's something I still believe in. Right now I only have 900 Dogecoins, but my goal is just to keep it at like 1,000. That's not nothing I'm really worried about. The more folks, when it comes to crypto right now, is XRP for me. I've seen XRP, when I first bought it, it was at 72 cents when I bought it on crypto.com, and I sold some of it and went away from it, but then it got back in the news. It's like, wait a minute, it's starting to move up. It should be past $1. Now it's past $2. So now, currently, it's at $2.49. So with me seeing it go from 71 cents up to $1, up to $2.49, it was just at just about $2.60 the other day. That tells me that the more people get the gist of it, that in these next couple of years, it's gonna shoot up. And I'm hoping, like, if we get up to $20, cool. If we get up to $100, cool. But if that mother ever hit $1,000 or $100 or more, I don't want nobody coming to me telling me why you ain't putting on XRP, because I've been talking about it. It's just most people don't want to hear about how to make money. They just want to do the easy way. They think that you can become a millionaire by working a 9 to 5. I've yet to see somebody do that unless they're working for themselves. But if you're working for another company, all you're doing is putting more money in their pocket. That's what I'm currently doing for my job, but I enjoy my job. But I'm working towards paying myself to an early retirement. That's all it comes down to. As far as my buy and hold stocks, I have 4 of those that I'm invested in. As y'all know, Apple, I had those Apple stocks are $210.94 at the moment. Amazon is $205.02. Bank of America is $44.34, and Wells Fargo is at $75.71. Currently, as you can see, Apple and Amazon, I have 10 shares each. Bank of America and Wells Fargo, I have 20 plus shares each. What's that? 40, 50, 60 total stocks right now. I'm probably like 8K or something, including the crypto. But what I've been doing is every time, once it gets, if I'm having a great week, I'll put 125 in there every Friday, and I'm gonna just let it keep on going, because that should be about 6K at the end of the year that I've invested into there. And most of these stocks that I do have pay dividends. So the more stocks that you own, the more shares that you own, the more dividends will be paid. So it's just free money. Instead of letting your money just sit inside of a bank account that you're gonna get probably a couple of pennies on the dollar, I'd rather put it in the market and see what it do. I haven't, even with the things I could be doing right now, I can actually use 8K right now, but I really believe in the stock market. I've seen many people become millionaires and billionaires. It's in the proof. It's all out there. It's not a secret. But as a man, wanting to lead a family, about to be a married man, being a father, I gotta make stuff happen. So this is what I'm gonna do. I hope that somebody sees this video and then encourage you to take that leap of faith and finally start investing into the stock market. Even if it's $5 a week, if you look at that, that's $20 a month. Once you start seeing that money grow and seeing all the extra money you can make, and you will start wanting to spend less on bullshit and focus on your building generational wealth and breaking that generation curse of not passing down financial gains to your family and putting them on before we get up out of here. So I will be the first millionaire in the Brooks bloodline. That is something I live by, and I hope that you'll be the first millionaire in your bloodline. Thank y'all for tuning to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast on cryptocurrency and stock market. Like, share, subscribe to the channel for your latest stock updates.